Hey everybody. Hello. I don't want to scare you guys. I don't have a stitch of makeup on. And I was about to pull my hair out because, hey Papa Red, I was just thinking about you. Hey Less to Know. I was trying to do a million different things to get my computer to work, and I had this older iPad that I was trying to get to work, and it was working, but I couldn't get it to record, and it was just a nightmare. Hey Donna, hey Jamie. Not so beautiful just yet. But I haven't talked to you guys in a while, and I wanted to talk a little bit about what was going on and my reaction to everything. But I'm getting ready to meet up with a friend. We're gonna go have sushi. So I have to put my makeup on anyway. So I was trying to figure, I wanted to do both, so let's just do it now together. In a little bit of a hurry. Hi everybody. Hi Uber Goober, Debbie, Jillian, Lady Raiden. Good to see everybody. Like I said, I apologize for the way I look. Hopefully you won't catch me like this too often, but I just kind of combed my hair out, and I'm going to do what I do on a regular basis. No frills, no fancy makeup. This is just my everyday makeup routine. So hopefully I can put it in a place that you all can see what's going on. I did want to show you once again my beautiful mirror that came from the equally beautiful Tracie, T-R-A-C-I-E, not Germany Tracie. And let me show you that again, because I showed it to you before, but it didn't have the batteries, which I did come to find out. She was right. Y'all were right. You could plug it into your computer or, you know, USB port, but hang on. Let me show you again real quick. Guys, I did not go to bed till 5 a.m. My sleep schedule is so off. And I had not seen really much of anything I saw the show, and then, can't remember who, I saw a little bit of MFW before I had to go to my doctor's appointment, and then I had this damn 3-hour MRI, which I didn't in a million years think it was going to take that long. It was terrible, annoying. And I'm hoping that the results come back good, because if I end up having an infection in this foot that I keep having problems with, then I'm going to have to go with the really serious surgery that I have been putting off for a while. He's going to basically make me a new foot, which sounds great. Hey Rose Rose. Thank you, Uber. I do need prayers right now. I guess I'll get the results Monday, because it was late Friday when I had it done. But if the side of my foot is infected, then my wound doctor, Mr. Handsome, said that they would have to go ahead with the surgery, which, you know, I don't care. I don't mind doing surgery at all. It's just the recovery process. It's 3 months non-weight bearing, so it's like being on bed rest, but not having a great baby at the end. Anyway, so I'm so tempted to just sit and listen and talk to you all, but I do have to get ready. This is the beautiful mirror that I had mentioned last time I did my eye makeup. I think that's the only other makeup video I've done. I said that I always wanted a lit mirror, a mirror that had lights around it, because usually I just put it on with one of those tiny little compact mirrors or something. And Tracie, beautiful Tracie, she doesn't make videos, but she's an amazing supporter of this community. She is best friends with Wendy One Win, so you might know her from that. I'm just trying to see if she's in here. Hey, Jillian. She's not yet, but she said, oh, I have one. You can have mine. I was like, oh, gosh, well, if you're not using it. And then come to find out she got it out. She said that it wasn't working, but she was going to order me one. I was like, no way. Don't worry about it. And she said, no, that's not the type of person I am. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. Like, how many people in the world are like that? So she ordered me one, y'all, and I think I've had it for about 2 weeks now. Maybe not that long. Maybe it was last Thursday. So here it is. Let me use my fancy flip around. Okay, there it is, y'all. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a trifold, which I think is really cool. And each of the different sections has kind of a different magnification, which I think is awesome. And there's a little space down there. You can put a little bit of makeup. What I didn't, I mean, I knew that it was lit up, so I went ahead and got batteries, but the reason why I didn't think it was working is because, duh, there's another button. There's an on-off switch in the back, but there's also, you've got to hit that button right there. Right there. Is that not too freaking cool? Hey, Laurie. Laurie, I still didn't make you, if anybody else can make Laurie a wrench holder, that'd be great, because I'm not, my computer is, she needs to go to the hospital. Poor little thing. She is not working. Please check with neuromuscular clinic before you have the operation. Rest your leg for 3 months wouldn't be good for your muscles. Well, thank you, Irish. I would love to talk to you more about it. I mean, yeah, I know. I agree, but oops, it's gotten so bad, Irish, that they don't, you know, if your bone's infected, that's not a good thing. Anyway, we'll talk more about that later. Let's get ready. So let me flip you back around here. And let me see if I put you, last time you didn't like that. Let me see if this works okay. If I turn you, can you all see if I do that? I'm clearly not a professional here at this. Okay, so can you all see if I do, I wonder, it's just so high up there. Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Oh, I hate seeing myself with no makeup. Yikes! I admire those people who can just run out of the house with no makeup on. Alright, so let's get started and we can chit-chat a little bit. Getting beautified, yep. I'm going to go meet a girlfriend for, no, only I can make mods. Okay, sorry, Jamie. We're going to have some sushi, which is my favorite, my absolute favorite. And Savage and I are still going to get together to go to, she happened to mention that she and her husband were going to Shabu Shabu, and I'm like, oh my god, that's my all-time favorite restaurant, and definitely favorite. It's sushi and Thai, so Japanese and Thai. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to kind of talk, and y'all, if you have questions about what I'm doing, I'll just kind of spit out, but I'm not going to show you products of everything. I'm going to put a little bit of primer on. I don't have a lot left, so I don't use this every day, just kind of for a special occasion. Kind of neutralizes your skin. I have very, very dry skin, so it adds an extra little layer of moisture to my skin too. So I thought the show was brilliant. I thought Dr. Phil did a really good, very fair job at kind of assessing the situation, and you know, I thought he was overly fair, to be honest. And I can't wait for Monday. So I think one win is going to blow everybody out of the water. Like she said, I heard her talking on MFW, the research that was done, or the effort that was put in ahead of time, which was from many of us. I didn't really do very much at all, except just talk to the producers a couple times. Is what made the show so great, because they had all this wonderful content to pull from. They probably could have made it into a week-long thing. Oh, you're making supper? What are you making for supper? By the way, guys, that soup, you have got to make that soup. If you didn't see or didn't get the recipe and you want me to give it to you, it's very simple. I only got 2 bowls of it. My, which is fine. My sister and her 2 boys came over, and they're 2 teenage boys, so they were hungry right after school, and my sister absolutely loves soup. I'm using a little sample of Clinique. I love this. I can't even see what it is. It says Silk Canvas, and it is super balanced Clinique. just happens to be the perfect color for me. Sorry, guys. So let's talk a little bit about what has gone on since then and what I've seen. Saw MFW a little bit. I actually saw her a little bit early before my appointment, and then I saw her late last night. Like I said, I was up till 5 a.m. and I pull my foundation, like, especially if I'm wearing something like this, I'll even do it on my chest a little bit. I'm not claiming this is the right way to do anything, y'all. This is just honestly truly what I do. One quick tip that I heard actually fairly recently that I think is really cool is women do not need to put, or men, foundation all over their face. If you can see, I'm doing it really sparingly, if at all, on my forehead. That's where I found out, just you need to put it where you need coverage. But I'm sure you know who I'm talking about when you've seen people plaster their whole face and it looks like they're wearing a mask, a Halloween mask. You don't need that. Now that's just one makeup artist. That actually did come from a professional makeup artist. But since I've done it on my own skin, I've seen it make a big difference. Because at the end I usually kind of wipe some off so it doesn't look so powdery. Okay, so I pat that in. We're good to go with that. Yeah, no cake face, exactly. So I know when I first heard that tip, I was like, huh? But you can see that I didn't put it hardly on my forehead at all, and just mainly in like this area right here is where I want coverage. So that's where I put it. It saves you foundation, it saves you from looking super cakey. New product that I just got that I am loving. Another in effort, as you can tell, I've been having issues with cake face, so I've been trying to do something different to avoid that. This is a new product that I got. It's called the Color Wheel Mosaic Face Powder by NYC. If you can see that. And so it has all these multifaceted colors, so it doesn't leave your face looking flat. I think that's what I'm trying to avoid. I put in its channel name and bless. Oh, I missed that comment. Hey, sister. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of work this into my face, sort of like a mineral powder, I assume. I've actually never used mineral powder, but I've heard that the more you kind of buff it in, the prettier it is and the more natural it looks. So I'm gonna buff this in. You can't get foundation for your skin tone, Libby. I know. I've had, you look green. Well, you might need to put some like red toner, something with a red base toner in it to cancel that out. I have a lot of yellow in my skin. Yeah, you have freckles. Freckles are in, lady. They are in. Getting it all over. That's why how my jewelry gets dirty. I forget I have it on and start piling makeup on top of it. Yeah, I do my chest and neck if I'm wearing something where you can see my chest. Let's see where that light is coming from. Is it that? I'm not sure. Oh, you know what, y'all? I forgot to put my concealer on. That's okay. You can put it on over top. I actually did that the other day and it worked out okay because I have a very light concealer that I'm using to age rewind. It's not a heavy duty concealer. And something that I've learned is since your makeup, your eye makeup tends to have fallout to some degree, or maybe your mascara or your eyeliner might smear, is to put your concealer or your powder on and kind of leave it, and then at the end you can kind of pat it in or wipe it off depending on if you have any fallout or not. So anyway, I'm just going to put a little bit. You can see it's very natural looking. It's not one that you have to pat in for an hour. And I just put it right under my eye. I've got this one age spot right here that I try to cover. So I'm just going to tap it in very gently with my middle finger. You don't want to pull on the area of your skin at all, of course. Okay. Last thing that I've been doing recently, I've been skipping the contour and all that stuff and just putting a little bit of pretty pink blush right on the apples of my cheek. My husband has beautiful skin and teeth, Vixen. Oh, well, you're beautiful. Oh. The Fenty Galaxy palette. Oh, I know. I think I've seen it once. I'm not sure. Did you put that on Twitter? I saw somebody saying they wanted it so badly on Twitter. Or somebody on Twitter saying they wanted it so badly. And that's the only picture I've seen of it. It's kind of sparkly, isn't it? Are there multiple palettes? I'm sure there are. Has anybody tried any of the Fenty makeup? It's freaking $60. Damn, Rihanna. Is that really necessary? This is a Jolie Couture palette. I'm not really sure what. I think this came from Marshall's, actually. And this is very pigmented, so I'm just going to do a very small amount right on my apples of my cheek. This summer, I got real into trying to do, I think Kim K West got me all trying to do all this contour and highlight and all that, and it ended up making me, I don't know, I just didn't like the look I got. So I'm going back old school, just doing the apples of my cheeks. Oh my gosh, Shells of Ireland. No, I don't, but thank you. I remember, you know, when I was incarcerated, you can't have makeup. Boy, people do some crazy things to try to make makeup until you get to, you know, like a certain point. Of course, you have to have money and that kind of thing. But boy, when you can get your first thing of mascara, when I got my first thing of mascara or eyeshadow, I was like a new woman. It's amazing what a difference it makes for women, doesn't it? I don't know what the male equivalent is. Okay, next thing is eyebrows. And as you can see, I pretty much have, I actually have some. They're just really, really, really light. Actually brush them out. This is a blonde brush, but it is almost, like nothing to it. I'd have to make myself bleed to get any color out of that, but I am going to use it to brush my piddly little eyebrows out with. I saw one of the things that leads me to part of my little bit of cringe. Gosh, the cringe factor is huge. So what I was going to say is the last video I saw was the big shit show, literally, which I thought was hysterical. I loved how Katie said, boy, they thought they were going to be famous. They got out their Sunday best, didn't they? And I'm not sure, they might have had a lot of viewers there. I'm not sure. And I know, we all kind of knew that Trisha was going to get a ton of new subscribers and traffic through her channel because, her show on Dr. Phil was specifically about her YouTube channel. But I imagine pretty much every single person that's on there, people try to contact after the show. And most people do have either some social media footprint. So that's to be expected. We kind of knew that. But bless her heart, she's having the time of her life. And part of me goes, ooh, you're making yourself look so stupid. And then part of me is like, well, honey, I'm really glad you're happy. in a way you can't, no, you can't take away somebody's Christmas day. And she is just over the moon, over the moon. And I think that Pam and Rick think, ooh, maybe we can get a little piece of this too. And I think they are genuinely happy for her. So I'm just using real old school. This is the stuff that, you know, my grandmother probably had in her makeup kit. It's worn off its Maybelline. You know, this is the lightest kind. It's not the dark. Because if I try to put dark brown or, you know, anything dark on my eyebrows, I will look like Mommy Dearest. I'm sorry I'm shaking the camera so much. They brushed their teeth and their hair last night. Or they brushed their hair, Donna. They brushed their teeth too. And I was trying to look at it from a big picture. Of course, we can pick everything apart and talk about the comments that were made, which were, whew, it was a lot. But I was trying to look at it from like a big point of view, and it was, if you just look at the behavior of Trisha and Sean and then Pam and Rick, I thought it was like a social experiment phenomenon. Like, if you like to people watch, if you didn't know anything about the characters involved, and if you weren't personally affected by any of these people, let's just look at it that way. Because I know everybody else has had a million streams, and there's probably a million more to go about the things that were specifically said. But you have this one person who is truly, it looks like she had a half a cup of Coke, but it might have been a different kind of Coke, if you know what I mean. Because she, no, I mean, I don't think that she was, but the effect that it had on her. She was over the moon, around the galaxy, a shooting star. Hey, Debbie. She was so happy. There was nothing that anybody was going to say that was going to break her happiness. So every comment that was made, it was overly, I mean, the exaggerated laugh was just through the roof. It was her heyday. I think that she felt vindicated. She felt all that attention that she had wanted from the time that she was little that she didn't get from whoever it might be, her mother, her father, friends, relatives. It was like a thirsty person in the desert, a starving person getting their favorite meal all in one, because this is the attention, what she thinks is vindication, I guess, that she has wanted her entire life. This is what she wanted. And a couple times I really very briefly went, boop, you know, I would do 30 seconds here, fast forward 30 seconds there. But it was all, you know, you got the gist very quickly. She was saying, guys, this is wonderful. This is the best day of my life. Can you believe this? Boy, everybody really likes me now. And the only thing I've seen today is when she woke up, she signed on. She said, hi, guys. Or what's the things that she says every time she comes on? Hey guys, it's me, Truthfully Trisha. Like, honey, we know who it is if we clicked on the video. Yeah, Amber, honey, she's adding a lot more, but Chaos says TS and ST are just horrible people. Well, I see them as being different people too, though. I think the T and the S are different than the STS. I think their mode. Look how weird I look with just eyebrows. Oh gosh, that is scary, isn't it? But boy, it makes a big difference when the final look. Okay, let me keep going so I don't frighten everybody. I just thought it was interesting because what I was saying is she signed on and said, "Oh, you all like me. You really like me." What movie was that from? You like me, don't you? You really, really do. It's like Julia Roberts or something. Hi, AJ. I'm sorry, y'all. This stream is just all over the place because I'm trying to do 3 things at once. But I'll either come back on later tonight, or we'll do something a little bit more cohesive tomorrow because I know I'm not making any sense. But all right, we got the eyebrows. We need to move on to the eyes. So I don't have any real fancy things here. I showed you a lot of it yesterday. I mean, the other time I did it. But I'm going to actually do a little bit of the purple colors this time. Let's go purple. I just think if you look at the different characters, so you have this one character played by Trisha who is, you know, in her mind is this, been through the trenches, finally has come on top. This is her gold medal. This is, you know, everything that she's been working for her whole life. All come together. And the sad thing is, apparently she's gotten, what I heard her say was, this is all I heard in regards to numbers. So I don't know if it's 10,000, 20,000. I don't know. But all I heard her say last night, I think it was last night, yeah, because I only saw one thing this morning, is when I get to 2,000, I'm going to do some kind of giveaway. Well, we all know, or maybe we don't all know. If you've been around since she's been around on this channel, she's not really very good at her giveaways. She's promised a lot of things, but never really follows through. So if that's why you're subscribing to her, which I know you're not, but to get into a giveaway, it's probably not going to come to fruition. But I say that just to say that's the only number I've heard thrown out, as she said when she got to 2,000. But I would imagine she would have gotten that pretty quickly. I don't know. So she's in her glory. She's, you know, this is her Academy Award, her Emmy, her Peabody Award, whatever you want to say. But she has taken that time to that stage, that platform that she could do anything with, because I would say over half of her audience were new people. But she took that stage, along with 3 other people, to slam the living hell out of anybody that had ever crossed her path. And it's like, what? Okay. Why did you do that? I think that she has so much built up resentment and hate. And so she wanted to take that first opportunity she had with the largest... I'm surprised she didn't... Well, she did try to do it on Dr. Phil, but... Anyway, guys, you know, I know I'm babbling. So she starts to just rip apart anybody and everybody that she can think of that's done her wrong, which, you know, the list is quite long. And, of course, truth or fact does not matter at all. Whatever she feels or she wants to embellish about a situation is 100% justifiable. And the things that I saw that were said had very little in common with the facts. She does what she does, her MO. I cannot find my one. Oh, there it is on the floor. Which is to take a teensy bit of what was the truth and then add a whole bunch of Trishism to it. For example, I mean, the examples are endless, but for example, we've got a Crystal who said that she didn't know who the voice was. She wasn't able to recognize the voice of the person that ordered the pizza. She and I Crystal and I were in communication well before the pizza was ordered, and that we planned this, that she either made an extra batch or somehow went in and poisoned the sauce with extra pizza, or put extra pepper on her pizza. I mean, that's where it went from. And I heard Pam say that Crystal changed her story, and she most certainly has not. She said that she was filmed identifying me as the person who called the pizza in. Number one, I didn't call the pizza in. That's why you don't see me getting all freaked out about it. It's like, I didn't. I don't care. Damn, who cares at this point? But I don't even know the effort it would take me to look up Trisha's number and address and all that bullshit, because I don't care about her like that. I just, y'all know what I do. I go to doctor's appointments as my full-time job, basically. And when I'm not doing that, I'm surely not looking for some pizza or stalking anybody, but particularly her. So it went from, and see, all these people were her people that she liked and she was a proponent of, until what she considers them have joined a conspiracy. But every single person, every single one of them, from Witch's Brew to Crystal to Amanda, to even Black Pepper, all of them came from thinking that she was a normal person and needed help, or were sympathetic to her, to spending some time around her videos, and not even this community necessarily, but seeing what she has done to other people and just watching her behavior and realizing, oh my God, this woman is out of her mind. She is not only not making any sense, but she's mean, vindictive, and there's no end to her spiral of lies and contradictions and slander and harassment. That's what happens. There's no other way that it goes. It goes from, okay, I think this person's okay, let me try to help them, to, oh my God, who the hell is this? Nobody conspires together. I didn't call Crystal and say, ooh, let's get together, or here's what the situation is. We can talk about that, any type of specific that you want to later. But no, what happened was Crystal said there are 3 people, all of them pretty much sounded the same. She wasn't sure. She couldn't identify who the caller was. And as a matter of fact, she said, as a matter of fact, Trisha, you sound the same as those people that you just played. Everybody sounds the same to me, so I'm not sure. No point in time did she ever say that it was me. She never said that on video. She never changed her story about that. The only thing that she changed her impression, her story is her impression of Trisha. She knew her from an acquaintance around the town, to understanding more about her life, and her personality from watching her YouTube channel. People did not, me particularly, I did not go and say, hey, you have to hate Trisha, or conspire with me, anything like that. When we became friends on Facebook, we talked about horses and her children. We did not talk about Trisha, and we did not talk about pizza. And you can ask Crystal. I am not making that up. I will show you our conversation. Hey, Mandy, you're the next person I want to talk about. Yeah, ooh, and the same crap Alex writes, illegal drugs. I send them along with fake makeup. How fat and ugly I am. I forgot to fix the flat comment. Well, what I wanted to say, I mean, that she was brutal on you. I'm using this kind of purple color on my crease. And this is just, don't even laugh. This is some old, but you know, there's still some in there, and I still like it. It's an old Revlon palette, actually. What she said about anybody, whether it be Crystal, whether it be me, whether it be Mandy, Ricky, Randy, whoever it is, okay? This, and I've said this before, but it was really evident last night. Whoever she had the most hurt from, or she felt the opposite about. So the same degree to which she dragged Mandy is the actual same degree that she really admires and is jealous of Amanda. Or Mandy. Mandy, Amanda, same person. Makeup Amanda is who I'm talking about. You have to have so much invested energy to tear somebody apart and care about, I mean, first of all, she's following you, Amanda. I'm going to call you Mandy so people don't get confused. She watched everything you said on MFW the other night. She knows when you come and what you say in people's streams. And that alone takes some energy. But then the degree to which she hates you, or, you know, allegedly hates you and thinks how ugly you are, the exact things that she said about how ugly she thought you were, you've got to flip it around, because that's the way Trisha's brain works. It's the same degree to which she thinks Amanda is beautiful. You know, when we saw, I'm sorry, I'm doing it again, calling you Amanda and Mandy. When we saw Mandy on MFW, even though all of us knew she was gorgeous, especially if you're friends with her on Facebook or anything, all of us kind of had the same reaction, like, God, she is absolutely beautiful. And nobody was thinking anything about her lips and a flat tire or anything. Same with how she was tearing apart this, I still can't wrap my brain around it, but whatever's going on with this drug ring / makeup ring / fake makeup, and she can't wrap her brain around the fact that Mandy is in a relationship with a man she adores, who equally adores her, that they have enough money to do what they want and buy what they want, and that Mandy has not even dealt with addiction like we have. She has led a different type of life, and she has everything that it makes more sense to Trisha that she is a part of this pizza conspiracy mafia between states and underground delivery of narcotics. That makes better sense to her than Mandy is an accomplished makeup artist who is married, an accomplished ER doctor, and they have a lovely life. That you understand what I'm saying? It's like, it's frightening. It's frightening that makes more sense to her. Same thing with the pizza. You know, it makes better sense to her that we are all part of, you know, Crystal and I are all part of this together. Then, okay, Crystal just came to see the truth about you, and she has never changed her story on Who Called. Now, I think that after she got to know you, she said it's definitely a possibility that Trisha called that in herself, which that's a conclusion all of us have come to that know you. Okay, I'm going to put this darkest shade, this dark middle color, in my crease. Same thing, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, and like I said, tomorrow we'll break it down a little bit better because there's just too much content. You know, I need to draw up an outline before I talk about things. Tammy, I loved your freaking video today. I didn't know that there was an asshole of the week. I'll have to go watch past ones, but hey, Paw Porn. Oh, and by the way, I had a new subscriber. I think her name was Harvest Moon, or it was a very beautiful name, and she said, that's when I was doing the soup, and she said, I think it's a she, that I could watch you cook all day, but this, whenever you bring up Trisha, it makes me want to scream. And I can understand that, because if you're not, you know, affected by that person, or you're not part of this community, or that community, because I still feel like you're part of my community if you subscribe to me. And I told her, I apologize, and I can understand. And I said after the Dr. Phil show on Monday, I think all of us have agreed that we are going to starve her out. She's got her new little audience there. Let them pick up where we're stopping. So if that person is watching or anybody else is feeling that same way, I do apologize. But this is something that has affected me greatly in my personal life. It's not just something that I'm gossiping about. This person has tortured me and my family, really, by pulling up housing records and vehicle records. I'm not really sure what else she did because I wasn't watching that. But it's not like she's done it once. She's done it many times. Okay, so I know this looks like a frightful mess right now, like I'm going to Halloween. And oh gosh, I am kind of making a mess right now. But like I said before, take a blending brush and blend the heck out of all this, and hopefully it'll look okay once I blend it all together. You paid $1,000 on 2 different occasions. What did you pay for, Vixen? Hey, Wendy. Glad you made the show. Should have knocked her out like she could do to you, but Dr. Phil stopped her. Yeah. Well, nobody listen. Unless you really think that it's going to stop somebody from harming, like your child. I was around way too many people who got assault charges, and it's just not worth it. If you can get, let me say, if you can get away with it, where the police aren't called and it needs to be taken care of, I actually am for it. But, I don't think I certainly don't. I think Bless definitely made the right decision by not getting out of the car. That wasn't her intent that day. Wendy definitely was smart not to swing back or anything like that. Okay, so now we're blended out here. I hate when your eyes don't match up, One eye's always easier to do than the other. Okay, it's kind of like a unicorn look, purple and pink look. Fake eyelash extensions, microblading, and going in for semi-permanent eyeliner on the top eyelash line. Oh, cool, Vixen. I'm all for that. I tell you what, those eyelash extensions are amazing. But boy, you have to be patient. Exactly, you don't need plastic surgery, Mandy. But when and if I ever want to, exactly, 100%. If you want to do it, girl. Honey, nobody took what she said seriously at all. It was all just a projectification of how she really feels about herself on the inside, and truly everything she said was what she felt like about you in the inside, but it was the exact opposite. That's how she works. Exact opposite. When you think about it, she equates attention with love. She's one miserable sack of pathetic. Yeah. So we everybody knows what that is. But let's talk about Sean. I know, Mandy. That's how I think all of us get pissed when it involves somebody else. Particularly somebody that their career could be affected. When you bring up anybody else's family member, no. That's when she was talking about my mom and what kind of car she drives and where she lives. My eyebrows are too dark. I'm going to wipe them off a little bit. He's like, I can't, sure as hell I'm not going to tell my mom she does that because she'd flip out. After everything I've already put her through, I don't need to give her any more stress. I need plastic surgery. I have excess skin. Oh, you're the one that lost a whole bunch of weight, didn't you, lady? That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to use my, do I want to use it? Yeah, I'm going to use my liquid eyeliner today. But Sean, I wish he had some good guy friends, or a good guy friend, or brother, or somebody that would just say, what the F are you doing, dude? You are sitting back. I mean, I thought it was the funniest but saddest thing when she was getting ready to go and shoot the shit, or they were, excuse me, because they had scheduled an interview, I guess, with them. But she was already on her other stream. And so Sean's already, you know, if you look at just the physical behavior, you know, he's sitting in the back, hat on, in all black. He's already phased out of the picture. And bless his heart, he says something like, okay, you know, shoot the shit's getting ready to come on. Sorry, I flipped around. We need to, Sean's sitting, you know, right back here behind her, and he's trying to get in the screen so that they can do the interview together. And he sort of pulls the camera over like this, and she says, okay, you know, she wanted that right front and center, and he kept trying to get in there. And then then Pam's like, wait a minute, I can't see Sean. I can't see Sean. And so she flips it somehow so that it, you know, it doesn't lose her at all, but you can see him a little bit, because she is not sharing that spotlight with nobody. But the fact that he can just put aside everything that's been said about him by her, the naked pictures, which I think everybody now has seen the picture, or at least one of the pictures. I'm not sure if there were multiple ones, but the picture that she sent TDM. And if for some reason you haven't and you want to be disturbed, I will send it to you. But your wife is sending naked, I mean, I'm not just naked, X-rated pornographic photos to another man. She has turned in, you know, taken away your man card many, many years ago. And you're only good to her when you're praising everything that she says. She looks at her life like a YouTube channel where if she has somebody in her life that she can't just delete, like literally say, no, stop talking, I don't like what you have to say, then she's not going to have them around. So Sean has realized that if he wants her in his life, then he has got to be just like one of her subscribers, that you say what I want to hear, I might put you in timeout, and then after that, you're gone. Like first of all, this is not going to last. This high is not going to last. Eventually, the subscriber rate is going to level out, and I don't begrudge her any success or any subscriberhood or any money really. Go ahead, honey. But it's not based on their makeup. Their reunion and their relationship is completely one-sided. You know, he said, he agreed, I guess, you know, because things are good right now, that he would support her career. And I say that very lightly, with gritting teeth. He basically gave in. He caved. He said, okay, come home, do what you want to, basically. Just leave my name out of it. Well, I don't know how many people that have heard that before. I've heard it at least, that would have been the third time that I've heard it, where she promised. Remember when she got out of the hospital, and that was when her son, I guess, came to visit and said, look, it's either me or YouTube. And I think the rest of her family said that, and she said, so I chose YouTube. My family doesn't like it, but I'm not going to talk about them. I'm just going to talk about me. Well, you see how long that lasted. And then she said it again after their fight. And now she's saying it again. So we'll see how long her little resolutions don't. She's not very what's the word? Where you do what you say, you do what you say you're going to do. What is that word? I can't think tonight, guys. She's not that. Dependable, reliable. Zara. I love that name. Okay, so I just did my top lash line. We're almost, what time is it, guys? I don't have a clock anywhere. Okay, I've got to hurry a little bit. So then we have that character. Now that character is kind of mimicked. The character of Sean is kind of mimicked. And nobody wants to, I mean, he's a passive person by nature, and I think that he's always been that way. He's always had a dominating female in his life, so he's used to that role. But there's a difference between submissive and dominant, where both parties still get what they want and are still respected, and what is going on there, which is complete domination, complete submission, where one person gets their way 100% of the time, and if the other person doesn't yield to them, the other, she leaves or tortures him. That's not fair. Sorry, guys. So then we've got that character mirrored in the brother of Shoot the Shit. And I think it's hilarious. I don't think he said much of anything. I just kind of bounced around, but just put it on silent and watch his face. I know he's in pain, which, believe me, I sympathize with and would never criticize somebody for, but his facial expression, and Sean's, if you can see it under his hat, when those two were back and forth, he was just, sometimes he would laugh, but for the most part, it was like terrible, like, get me out of here. And I often wonder, what did their male friends, would they give them hell about kind of participating in this? Or, I don't know, I'm not in a relationship right now. I do have a lot of guy friends who I should ask, what do they think about all this? Because I have a feeling I know what their answer would be. But those of you who are married or in a relationship, what do your guys say about being subjected to 4 hours of listening to gossip and drama? Most guys don't really like that. They'd rather be doing something else. But anyway, and then we had the two dominant voices. But I think Pam's motive and her MO is 100% different than Trisha's. Trisha's this is a life force for her. This is very deep-rooted and emotionally embedded, all of this attention, and Pam's just looking at it. I didn't have a problem with a lot of things Pam did and said if she didn't already say that she was on the platform of being her mentor and she was against bullying. The fact that she came out and said that many, many times, I'm pretty sure, I heard her say it to me, that that's what her role was in Trisha's life. If she had said that and had made that big deal about, her daughter being bullied and how that's what she wanted to do, was to try to prevent that on the internet and in life, if she hadn't said that, then what Pam was last night was she was kind of like MFW as far as just kind of talking shit and trying to get a little rise out of everybody. Now, I don't think MFW would have said a lot of things that she said, but she was just legitimately, I think, trying to get Trisha to have a good time and be in a good mood. Now, I don't really agree with how she went about that, but I'm just saying what the role she was playing, if that makes sense. It was just incredible. Incredible. And this whole idea of, we can do it because you did it, that's only going to ever work if you go back to the very beginning and find out who did it first. And that's just a rabbit hole that I'm not sure really anybody can go down and prove. Other than that, it just, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't even know what I was. I just watched it like, I guess I felt sad for Sean and felt I felt sad for both. I thought it was a very sad, sad thing. Okay, I'm going to put my little smudge eyeliner that I told you about. I'm just going to try to do it on the tight line, so the upper eyelid. It's tending to smear a lot. I need to get a different brand. If anybody can tell me a brand that goes on easily, because I don't want to, of course, scrub on my inner eyelid, but that doesn't smear, or if there's a way I can get it to smear, because what I usually do like this, and then it gets on my inner waterline. By the end of the day, it ends up, plus because I've got kind of like some wrinkles right there, it gets all down in there. So I'm going to just put it on the upper. Well, that got a little bit, you see what I'm saying? That got on the lower lash line too, which I like it like that, but it ends up smearing so badly. Okay, well, that's okay like that. It's kind of just a little bit left over, but it shouldn't smear too much. Okay. Isn't it funny how your eyes are shaped so different from one another? One of my eyes behaves, the other one doesn't. Okay. So that's a trick that I've learned somewhat recently. And if y'all have not done that before, try it. It makes the biggest difference in lining your eyes. Alright. I'm going to put, almost done, mascara, lipstick, and I'm out of here. I'm surprised there aren't any videos of T walking S around town on a leash. Does he be bad too? Oh, you know, I think I did hear some sightings of him. Crystal, be on the lookout for a large dog, kind of a gray and white dog, that is probably limping and looks a little beat up. Thank you, Lady T. I'm using my favorite mascara, the Voluminous. Oh, and I don't think I told you this last time. Another reason I really love it is this curved brush. I think the brush is like 90% of a good mascara. So what I can do is if I can find another good mascara maybe that doesn't have this brush, is just save the brush and, you know, wash it out and put it in that, because like I said before, some people gave me some good suggestions of makeup that doesn't test on animals that is as good as this Voluminous. Why do they have to test on animals? Don't understand. I think it has to do with the, you know, money. The factories or labs or whatever are already set up that way. So to change it out, I guess, would be very expensive. I think that if you start a makeup line and you're already committed to, you know, be cruelty free. I need a new beauty blender too. It's probably, I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but I would assume it's probably easier to do it that way. I've got this hair that runs across my, you know, you can feel it, but I can't see it. Dang. Ugh, drives me nuts. Anyway, doesn't taste on animals. Oh, does he have his own line? I love him. He is so, something about him, isn't it? Gosh, where is his hair? Alright, guys. Okay. I can't see it. Anyone know what's going on with Shar? I don't, Kaylee. I talked to her about a week ago, right before when I was talking to the producers. Yeah. I know that she communicated a little bit with them. I hope that's okay if I say that, but I talked to her then. But, and actually I think they had a stream not too long ago. I always seem to miss them. And you know, I've had such computer issues that a lot of times I don't get the notifications. What's everybody else doing tonight? It's getting so cold and winter or fall-like outside. I love it. Mandy, I know that you and so many other people down in Florida, I wonder, do you miss having seasons? I don't feel bad for you at all because I saw you out on your boat catching a grouper and living my dream life, so. Oh, and the whole orgasms over the makeup, that was ridiculous. And did you see how excited Ricky got? I think the only comments he ever makes is about sex. He said, "Can I get one of those boxes?" I thought that was funny. Oh, y'all, Mandy, tell me, how can I avoid getting all of this junk underneath my eyelid? Oh, I have a paper towel here somewhere. Lord knows what I did with it, but are they married or siblings? They're siblings. Possibly lovers. And another thing, you know, she was talking about people contacting Sean. Well, Sean is he puts himself out there. He was on the show. He has a channel, he has a Twitter, he's visible on not only his channel, but her channel. So it's not the same as saying, you know, if you called my husband, well, your husband is not visible at all. I don't think, people would have to kind of be a stalker to know about your husband, you know, so it's not apples to apples. It's lovely down here. Zara, are you in Florida also? I've been using a brand of beauty products from Tropics. They're vegan, all natural ingredients, cruelty-free, and I love it. My skin is clear, dude. Oh, Shell's in Ireland. I'll have to remember. Is that a drugstore brand, or where do you get Tropics? When he tried to plug in his channel last night, she lost it, and she said, "Sean, it's about me, not you." God bless him. She treats him like a kick dog. She is a tigrator. Hey, Debbie, beautiful. Oh, hey, blue-eyed. How are you feeling, Angel? I know you're not feeling super good. He is a dog. Good to see you, Kathy. And you know, once again, the things she said about Kathy, it just shows her. What did she say? And I was living in torment, and they just let her go. They gave her a reprieve. Yeah, we sure did. That's exactly what we did. So get over it. We like Kathy, and at least I do, and I think most of the community does, and we don't really care. It's just the truth of the matter. And whether you want to say anything about the cancer, you know, like I've said before, Kathy has had very bad cancer in the past, and she is very, very ill right now. Now, as for the exact diagnosis, whatever, that is really none of my business. That's up to Kathy to reveal, but I know that she is very sick, and she doesn't deserve to be held to the fire for the rest of her life. That's my opinion. Oh, you're on the Cambridgeshire. Oh, so I told you I love that show. Shoot, I just forgot about what it is. Bedfordshire Border. You know what I'm talking about on PBS? Gosh, on my brain. Why can't I think of it? I'm going to spray a little bit of this setting spray on. So I didn't use any highlight. Actually, I think I have the highlight, but that's one thing, probably the only thing that I would add to this. What do y'all think? Do you think it looks too purpley? I like purple. Kathy helped me get, hey Ricky, I'm glad you're here. Get me out of a dark spot. Trisha put me in, exactly. I noticed Pam and Rick were not placed by that. You know, what they bringing up Ricky and Kathy always gets me fired up. I mean, what she said about you last night was not even, I don't know what the word is, Ricky. I don't even know. How would you word it? And everybody laughing. You know, it's kind of like this, y'all. Okay, laughing about somebody being a serial killer because their brother, the past things that they have done. I mean, absolutely disgusting. So they wanted to laugh and have a good time. They said they could do it because of all the things other people have said. You know, the one thing that Ricky said, which was taken out of, was blown up. He did not say the extent to which she said, but anyway, I don't want to rehash all of that. For them to all giggle and laugh, I mean, I'm talking about laugh. She literally was laughing her ass off, falling on the ground, just having, I believe it might have been the first orgasm she ever had in her life, because she said that Sean's never given her one. I think it might have happened last night. To find that much joy in those kind of comments is, I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word is. It's just something that I was horrified by, and I've never seen anything like that before. But it's almost good to me, Ricky. I don't know if you agree with this. It was so blasphemous and so over the top that even her new subscribers, I think, would be like, what the hell? This woman, she showed her character, or lack thereof. Hey, Rebecca. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what kind of lipstick I want to put on. I've got this Revlon Matte Balm. It's like a very matte, it's almost like a stain. Pink. I like pink. I like pinks and nude lips. Although, I want to have a challenge. Coming up soon, I want to do a makeup challenge with everybody when it gets closer to the holidays. I want to do the winged eye, minimal eye makeup with the bright red lip. That's something I don't think I've ever done before, but I've always wanted to. So coming up soon, I'm going to do a challenge. Yeah, this is very matte, very pink. I want to put a gloss on top to sort of tone it down, because I am pink and purple today, aren't I? I got to get going. And I heard Katie betting on how long they're going to be together, talking about her and Sean. And I bet forever. The reason I say that is, unless one of them significantly changes, I'm talking like significantly, you've got a dictator basically, and somebody who's completely submissive. And if that never changes, then that relationship dynamic can exist for a long period of time. Communist countries have sustained themselves for a long period of time until there's an uprising. So unless somebody, particularly Sean, dramatically changes and says, I'm not putting up with this, and holds to the standards that he has, they're going to be together forever. That's my opinion. Okay, and then I'm going to put this Juicy Tubes Lancome little kind of sparkly gloss on top. Old trick to make sure you don't have any lipstick on your teeth. Amber, I'm glad you're back. Guys, I don't want to leave you. I could stay and talk to you guys all night, but I do have to go. I'm going to run and get some delicious sushi, and maybe I'll come back on later tonight. I'm sure there's probably a lot of people streaming. But I miss my friends. I love you guys so much. And I do look forward to talking about doing different things. I feel so much, you know, at the beginning of the video, some people don't feel, I remember Oprah saying that, I can't curl my eyelashes, that she doesn't feel any different in makeup. She, you know, she obviously has to wear it because of her job, but she feels exactly the same. Boy, I don't. Here, this is what I was looking for. My pap smear / makeup brush. Mandy's probably horrified. Like, are you kidding me? But it was clean, I promise. This is the eye. Goodness. Lashes get clumped. So, Vixen, was it you that was saying that you were going to get all that, those different procedures done? Oh, I wish you'd make a video. I want to see that. Thank you, Lady Raiden. I love you guys so much. Hey, Mrs. ATX. I got your text, honey. I'm just bad about responding to everybody, but I'll call you Jamie. I hope you're doing okay. I love you so much. Just I look at all these names of people that have already done so much for me and have such great relationships with, and I just can't wait to meet so many of you. I do generally appreciate so many of you, all of you. We haven't even had any trolls in here, which is awesome. Rebecca said, then Tricia said she wasn't making fun of Christy's daughter. She was making fun of someone else. Oh, God, I don't even... Is that Christy in the Carolinas? Can you imagine? I don't know how Christy... You know, I talked to Christy, by the way, and we you know, remember she wanted me to go watch that other video, and I did make an apology last time, but really, we worked out everything. Let's just put it that way, and Christy's cool. I like Christy. I don't know how she was able to tolerate. I'm not sure if she was a mod last night for all that bullshit, but I tell you what, if any of y'all ever acted like that, and I was in your stream, you best believe I'm either leaving or I will say, I will call you out big time. That makes it better making fun of someone else. Exactly, Mandy. It's disgusting. Alright, guys. I love you so much. Hopefully I'll either talk to you tonight or tomorrow, okay? Boy, I am pink and purple, aren't I? Love you guys. Good night.